This is Eagle Owl, and today I'll be talking about the two draft picks of round two and round three, Jalyx Hunt and also Cooper Dejean. And these are Fangio guys, but let's get straight into it.
Was one of his hallmarks in college.
Is it versatility?
Versatility. Does you? Sorry, that's fine.
No.
That's fair. Do you have a preference watching him, and when he comes in here, what position he'll play?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of these. He's such a just a good player, and I think whatever he does, he's going to do at a high level. Obviously, we'll get him in here, and like everything else on this team, we'll see how the pieces fit when coach and his staff get their hands on these guys. You want to go get those guys, and for us, Cooper was a consideration yesterday, and we thought. One of the best defense players in the draft, and obviously we took a guy that we loved as well yesterday, and so we made a concerted effort to try to go get him, and really excited to add him and his skill set to our team.
This is a very limited experience playing edge rusher, converting from a safety. What gives you guys the confidence that you can become an NFL caliber edge rusher?
Yeah, I mean he's got freaky tools in his body. He's an explosive guy. I mean, if you watch his best plays, he's doing things that are unique. He can bend, he can close, he can finish. He's long. He's an extremely smart kid. Obviously, coming from Cornell. And we feel like we got a good edge rush group. He doesn't have to come in here and. We're going to develop him like we talk about. This is a perfect developmental guy for us because of the tools in his body and his character and his work ethic, and we think we can really find something with him. But that's on us. That's on how he's going to work. And you can say, well, that's the third round, and you're a good team. Why are you doing that? Because these guys are hard to find, and we believe in the edge rushers.
All right, man. Round two, round three in the wraps. Yes, just like y'all, I almost fell asleep. The Eagles kept trading back and trading back and trading back. I'm like, is they going to use a pick in the third round? Which they did. They used Jalyx Hunt. But before I get into the draft picks, I want to talk about two things that really shocked me with round two and round three. One, what shocked me is that we didn't get a linebacker. Gotta be honest. I mean, I am a little disappointed we didn't get a linebacker. We traded up for Cooper Dejean, which, you can't be mad at that. But man, I wanted the other Cooper. I wanted Adrian Cooper, but it is what it is. Adrian Cooper go be great. I really wanted you to be a Philadelphia Eagle, but hey, Cooper Dejean was projected to go in the first round. He won the second. The Eagles got to do what they got to do, right? And I'm really surprised we didn't get an offensive lineman, like a guard to replace Cam Jurgens or to be at least the backup to Tyler Steen or let Tyler Steen and that rookie battle it out. But maybe it's some guy in the fourth round that, Stoutland is looking at, or maybe Stoutland won another project like Jordan Mailata or something like that. He liked those project guys. So we will see. We not leaving this draft without an offensive lineman. One that's going to come a guard or something, because this draft is just loaded with tackles, guards. Hell, you could grab a center. Stoutland is going to get his guy. But we want defense. All three of our picks been straight defense. So I'm really surprised by that and how he's letting Vic Fangio do the work. All right, so let's actually talk about first Cooper Dejean. Very surprising. Eagles traded up. That didn't surprise me. But they traded up for Cooper Dejean. And usually this is something the Eagles don't do. What I mean by that, they drafted a corner in the first round. We all know Quyon Mitchell, who we all love. And then he doubled it and got Cooper Dejean, which was like, wow, how we really did it. How we got both guys. Because I wanted either or. That's the crazy thing. I wanted Cooper Dejean or Quyon Mitchell or even Terrion Arnold. So we ended up getting Quyon Mitchell. I'm like, it's no way in hell we're going to get Cooper Dejean. And we did that. So I like it. And Cooper Dejean, athletic freak. I mean, both of these guys we got are basically jack of all trades. I love that quote. A lot of people hate it and think it's an insult, and it's not. Jack of all trades is a master of none, but often sometimes is better than the master of one. So that's the real quote. But anyway, back to Cooper Dejean. He can do it all. I mean, play basketball, uh, safety, he can do it. Slot corner, outside corner. It's going to be interesting how they use him because I see him as a weapon. Now, a lot of people are default on that safety, like it's going to be him and CJ Gardner Johnson. I wouldn't default at that too fast because I know Sidney Brown is more of an out of sight, out of mind thing. He was a third round pick last year, and he's going to come off that, that ACL injury. And I believe Sidney Brown upside is really high, like extremely high. And I don't see them wasting a third round pick on a guy just, no offense, riding the bench and just rotating. I just don't see it. I don't see it that way at all. I believe he's going to be a safety, Sidney Brown, and it's going to be CJ Gardner Johnson. But the position nobody's really talking about that's literally wide open is that slot corner. Now, I could see Cooper Dejean fitting in there easily, easily. And also, I wouldn't give the outside corner to Keely Ringo so fast. So I think Isaiah Rodgers is going to be really, really good competition. But I could see Cooper Dejean sliding in there and really taking the spot from Avonte Maddox, especially with Avonte Maddox injury history. And when I see Avonte Maddox come back towards the tail end of the year, he didn't look that good, but at the same time, he could have still been hurt. So Cooper Dejean can, slide at that slot position, slot corner easily. Easily. I mean, it's wide open. This Avonte Maddox, I believe Mario Goodrich and Tyler Hall. Cooper Dejean could fit right in there. Right in there. And again, it'd be interesting how Vic Fangio used this guy. And this is what he actually had to say. Because sometimes guys can come in the league and be like, no, I'm this, I'm that. And he was just like, I'm a football player. But let's listen to Cooper Dejean say it.
We'll go to EJ and then Dave.
Hey, Cooper, a lot was made of your versatility during the pre-draft process. I guess, do you have a sense from the Eagles where they might use you? And do you have a preference, whether it's outside corner, slot, or safety, in terms of where you play in the secondary?
Yeah, they talked to me about all three positions. I don't have a preference. I'm a football player, so you put me on the field, I'm gonna go play football. Whether it's inside, outside, at safety, wherever it is, this is a game I love to play. As long as I'm on the field out there, I'll be happy.
You see, I like him. I like him. He just want to go out there and ball. But Philly media, man, I posted the short last night and I didn't like it. The white thing and can he do this and do that because he's white? Do he get a opportunity because he's white? Obviously, look at me. I am black and I know the feeling of, being categorized because of your race. But let's listen to how Cooper Dejean, handle this question.
As you probably know, there haven't been many white starting cornerbacks in the NFL in a long time. Do you think that'll prevent you from getting that opportunity?
I mean, if they put me out there, I'll be excited to play out there.
Very professional. Cooper Dejean was very professional. He could have went off. He could have went on a rant. Nah, he was professional. And I like how he answered the question. Jeff McClain, I mean, I'm not the guy that bashes Jeff McClain. I think he's a decent writer. He's been doing it for years, but he had these wacky moments, man. These extremely wacky moments. But why would we draft him in the second round to hold him back because he's white? It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. But again, it's going to be interesting how we use Cooper Dejean. Not really special teams because I think that's Britton Covey and Isaiah Rodgers got that locked up for sure. I just want to know how we're going to use this guy. Y'all let me know. How are we going to use Cooper Dejean? I really don't know. My guess is slot corner. A lot of people, I'm hearing safety. Hell, some people think he can do the outside corner thing, and he can, but the competition on the outside can possibly beat him out if we're honest. And congratulations, Cooper Dejean. Congratulations. And yeah, man, I see you gotta get that apology to Slay. We all seen the, start bench cut. You cut Slay. Slay reached out to you like, nah, you gotta change that. You said, we'll handle that. All fun and games. All fun and games. But again, I'm happy for Cooper Dejean. He ended up in the place he wanted to be. All worked out. He fell in a draft, but all worked out for him to go to a functional organization like the Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations. But let's talk about this next guy, because this next guy is interesting. Jalyx Hunt. Hopefully I'm saying the first name right. Defensive end. And it was Vic Fangio's favorite guy after draft. I mean, he was ranked like the 86, 87. I think Anthony DeBona put this out. 86, 87 best player. We end up getting him like 93, 94. Can't remember the pick because we traded back so many times. He was picked around that range, so he was a steal, first of all. And I started looking up his tape as, we watching the highlights and this and that and what he can do. One of the things I seen is that at one point, actually in high school, this is why this is the jack of all trades picks. High school, he was a wide receiver. Then he went to safety. And then he became a defensive end. The dude is an athletic freak. I mean, what? A 4'6", if I'm not mistaken. He's like 6'4", 280. Fast, big. He can cover because at one point he played safety. And Vic Fangio love his defensive ends that can cover. He can cover. He can hit. He do need a little bit of pass rush moves. He's going to be a bit of a project. But if it work out, I mean, man, he can ball. He can ball. Again, pass coverage, he's good. Rushing the passer, he's good. But let's go over some numbers. All right. So Jalyx Hunt, 6'4", 252. I said 260, so I was off on that. 40 time, 4.64. Vertical jump, 37.5, which was fourth amongst defensive ends. His 40 time was eighth, which is good. And his board jump was first with a 10.8, if I'm saying that right. So yeah, man, this dude can just flat out ball. Let's go over the stats, right? So shout out to WIP. They got former safety turned into edge. That's a huge advantage, especially if we want an edge guy that can cover in the Vic Fangio scheme. He got a quick first step, elite bend. I agree with that for sure. 13.5 sacks, 5 forced fumbles the last 2 seasons. And they agree with me with that too. Just need a little bit more pass rush moves. And this guy can be great. So again, he's somewhat of a project. Just a little project for now. But, I mean, the upside is there. The upside is definitely there. And Vic got his guys. And Howie let him do the grocery shopping. He's going to Howie. I want this guy, this guy, this guy. Howie's like, okay. Howie is like, okay, because what we're doing is not Howie's thing at all. It's somebody else. And trust me, I believe it's Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio got, again, Mitchell. Love it. Got Cooper. Love it. And he got his defensive end. Love it. So when we do something in the offensive side of the ball, we do have to get that linebacker, man. But this somewhat let me know that, a little off tangent here, this somewhat let me know that the Eagles are sticking with Nakobe Dean. They still believe in Nakobe Dean. They probably didn't want to go out and say it because last year the injuries didn't really see him on the field. They probably didn't want to tell the fans that, just, not to get an uproar. But based on the moves, I'm watching the actions. If you get a linebacker 4th or 5th round, you go with Trotter Jr., who's obviously going to be a project. You letting people know, yeah, we sticking with Nakobe Dean, and we're gonna stick with Devin White and see what they got. Now, I think going into this year will be Nakobe Dean last shot, because if he don't pan out, you got to go into the next draft and get a linebacker. Probably even got to trade for one midseason. I really don't like that, but maybe you have to. I like the corners. I like the competition, but that linebacker room is still our weakness as we speak. Anything can happen during the draft. Anything. But as I look at it, you didn't get Edgerrin Cooper, didn't get any other top tier linebackers. Now you dipping in the Trotter Juniors and more of a project. But hopefully we get Trotter Jr. Hopefully we can leave with a running back too, maybe a wide receiver. See, I didn't even get to the old line yet, so we will see. We will see. It'll be interesting. We got fourth round or 3 fourth round picks. Will we use them all? Probably not. It's going to be interesting to watch tomorrow noon of what the Eagles do. But hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel about the news today? Do you guys like the 2 picks? Should we got Edgerrin Cooper, or y'all liking Cooper Dejean? I'm liking Cooper Dejean, man. I'm liking him. The defensive end guy. How do y'all feel about him? Urge you guys to watch tape on him. He can flat out play. He can definitely play, but he definitely has some development to do. He's not ready yet, but give him like a year or 2. He probably do special teams here and there. You probably see him rotate here and there. I like how he play, but again, you can definitely see the flaws. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm